Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House over here checking in on things. Had a little bit more rain. More coming today. And it stinks in here. Probably because of this nonsense. Oh, got it on my fingers now. Nasty. So I'm over here. Gotta check for any possible leaky. Oh shit. We don't have very much power today. No wind, no solar. Looks like yes, we did get a little bit more water, which is good. No leaks. Also great. So that's all I needed to know. This light is actually being powered by my headlamp, believe it or not. And the reason for that is, you can see here, 0 on the loads. There's 18650, two 18650 batteries inside of the headlamp, and it's backfeeding because there's no electronics to stop that from happening, which is stupid. So we're about to lose power here once this hits 12:1 because I have both electric mats still hooked up because it did get awfully cold again. And you can hear the clicky switch going goofy, so I'm going to shut this off. And I'm actually going to unplug the headlamp. And when I do, see, no lights. Yeah. So that's definitely backfeeding. That's what I really hate about this headlamp. I bought it for my bug out bag, and I found out quickly that it backfeeds. So any stored power you want to charge this battery up to will piss itself out and be useless. So isn't that great? So that's wonderful news there. Tiny house, still disaster zone. I'm probably going to start a small fire to warm things up in here. And grab this other headlamp. We are going to take a trip and check on the leaky or non-existent leak in the bucket here. See, this is all dry, guys, and I can see some moisture, I think. It's hard to tell. Maybe not. Yeah, there's a little bit up there, I think. I'm not entirely sure. That right there. It's just held there by the tape or something. What the hell? So I'm not entirely sure. Tim Cat mentioned that that's probably condensation from the aluminum roof above. And if that's the case, there wasn't very much, because I'm not. So I don't think I got to really worry about that, other than keeping a small pail under there permanently. Not entirely sure, guys. Oh. This kind of makes things difficult. Another crappy day out. So I cannot. I want to get a bunch of projects done, like my barrel stove and stuff, but it's too cold for the paint, and I'm not going to start a fire and in the barrel stove apply the paint and let it slowly cool, because it needs 12 hours of runtime. We're not going there, right? Yeah, everything's good. One thing I did want to do is charge up the Dyson, but can't with these numbers. No wind, no sun. Not really. So if I turn it on, it's just gonna pooch. My mom wants to borrow this at the house, so as usual. High-Tech Guy 18 keeps telling me, oh, just buy her one. But she keeps saying, no, I don't want one, even though she continues to borrow my Dyson. She likes it because it can get under the beds really easy, and that's a good thing. I'm going to lay this down because it's probably going to want to crap out on me. So that's coming with me today. Not going to spend too much time here, unfortunately. So, like I said, I can't work on the barrel stove today. I'm going to continue working on my other YouTube channel, though. Go check it out, Canada's Off-Grid Project. Another trailer, about a quarter of this trailer's size, and I'm going to continue gutting it. And actually my dad's been helping me gut it down just because he wants something to do, and it worked out really well. Passes the time, because I'm expecting up to a year. This nonsense is going to continue on in lockdown mode, guys. So yeah, this wonderful stuff. Alrighty, we're getting a fire going here, and one thing I gotta mention, guys. It's a lot of heat there. I don't want to keep the camera that close. Let's put the camera here on my newly junked up table, and that'll work just fine. So anyways, guys, wanted to talk a little bit about Charlie Victor, the whole lockdown thing. I have been paying attention to my online sources, and it turns out, guess what? Stuff is getting more insane with the side effects or damage that Charlie Victor does. So we know it permanently damages your lungs. We know it permanently damages your heart up to 20% on average. And the newest thing is it makes you sterile. Now, if you get it, you become sterile. What does sterile mean? It means you cannot reproduce. So, 100%, this is a biological weapon. I knew that from the start because of the source, and nothing naturally occurring does this kind of stuff. Anyways, so my question is, what are we going to do with Ching Chong China? Is the real question. What are we going to do? Oh, started this with my cotton round soaked in Dollar Tree oil, by the way. Works amazing. DIY, I showed you how to make those. Very simple, very cheap ingredients, and you know, off to the roaring, off to the races here. Now, one thing I do always get is, I'll go grab it right now. It is a lithium power pack to power one of the fans. Whoa, calm down there, Bubba. And what I do is, anytime I have a fire, I plug in. Oh, this power pack has not been charged. It's still dead. So let's get another one that is charged. And hopefully the trailer doesn't burn down with all this popping going on. And get one that's fully charged. There we go. And I always plug the fan in because I instantly go 90 degrees with my flue exhaust for the fireplace. And this helps cool down that pipe as well as sending heat into the tiny house. And it, basically, it stops this guy from overfiring. And the other way you can stop it from overfiring is open this, shut the door, which cuts off quite a bit of air, as you can tell. And then this fire will kind of burn down slow. And what I like doing is I like leaving these two wide open at first just to get a raging inferno going, and that will basically cook any crap or creosote possibility in my stack up there. It'll just burn nice and hot, burn any of that crap out, and then after an hour or so I just damp it down from there. But anyway, back to Charlie Victor. We have If you guys want to reproduce anytime in the future or anytime soon, yeah, don't go outside. Stay away from everybody. Become an introvert. Yeah. Binge my videos on YouTube, even though that may send people over the edge. Cabin fever is rampant out here in Canada. People like my uncle and my aunts cannot seem to stay indoors for 24 hours straight at a time. They have to go outside. They have to do something. They're going insane. Of course, I go out every once in a while for to do a nice exercise walk. Obviously staying away from everybody. Lysol wipe in my pocket, so just in case I touch anything, I'm wiping my hands and everything and while coming home. But you know, these people have to learn to stay home. It's not that bad, guys, really. It is bad if you weren't prepared to do so. If you don't have DVDs or Netflix or Blu-rays or whatever to get you by gaming, then it'll suck. But I have tons of projects on the go, literally all the time. So I don't suffer from cabin fever. I'm on my computer very little, even through this crap, other than to catch up on my online sources for information. And that's the recent thing, guys. It makes you sterile if you get COVID. So watch out. I want to strongly ask everybody out there who actually follows my videos and likes my content and actually heeds my information to go on Amazon and buy a nebulizer for you and your family. Now, I'm expecting mine in a week. I ordered it over a month ago. Why is it so late? Well, probably because of Charlie Victor. And since I highly recommend you guys get it because it's gonna basically save you from going to the hospital. In my opinion. I'm no doctor, I'm no health professional. However, I'm doing a pretty good job so far. Curing cancer, keeping everybody healthy. I'll tell you a story quick. My mom is suffering from an abscess in her gums, or in her teeth, or not her teeth, but her gums. And she had an appointment scheduled to go get that fixed up. But now with the Charlie Victor being going on, chances are that's not happening. Now she has been in pain and headaches, and guess how I've cured her of that, or relieved her for actually a couple days now so far. Colloidal silver. Yes, guys, the stuff that mainstream media tells you is crap. They're telling you that because when you watch mainstream media, guys, who advertises heavily for mainstream media? Big pharmacies. Selling drugs, selling pills, selling all this crap. Ooh. And it totally makes sense because they control actually the mainstream media. These big pharma. So what happened with my mom? Well, I told her to take colloidal silver, and what I do is I take basically it would be the equivalent of a teaspoon of colloidal silver in like a shot glass mixed with a little bit of water from the tap, filtered. And I told her just put it in your mouth, swish it around for about 2 minutes straight, and then drink it down. It's entirely safe to drink in that small dose quantity. And guess what happened? Headache gone. Gum pain or abscess pain gone. Probably killed the bacteria that was in there as well. Most likely. She felt better for 2 days without any more treatments. And just last night, she had to do another swish with colloidal silver. No problem. Now, I have had all this stuff in my pantry for a while because I know it works. I'm a prepper, and when other preppers ask me what it is, and then I just put my head down and kind of sigh, because you cannot call yourself a prepper if you're not prepared, guys. This is like, I don't know. But, you know, not everybody has access or wants to watch and get informed about what's really going on. Anyways, speaking of colloidal silver, I just mentioned nebulizers a little bit way back ago. Mine is coming, hopefully by next week. April the 9th, it says it should arrive. Cross our fingers. When it does, I will feel a lot safer because I can take care of my family, friends and family at home. Well, not friends, because nobody's coming over. My family, immediate family, with the nebulizer. How does that involve colloidal silver? Well, what does a nebulizer do, guys? You ever go to a hospital and they put a mask over you and there's like a mist coming out and you're breathing that into your lungs for treatment? Well, that's what a nebulizer does, but at home. And mine only costs $30 on Amazon. So guess what I'm going to do if we get an inkling that me or my parents at home or my brother, which he'll have to travel to get to us, has Charlie Victor. Well, I'm going to put the nebulizer on, add a teaspoon of colloidal silver to it, maybe a little less actually, and water, dilute it with some water as well, and turn the nebulizer on. You can put it right up to your mouth and breathe it in. It'll knock out any crap. Now, this is the awesome thing about the nebulizer. When you breathe it in, it's going to go back into your mucous membranes where Charlie Victor likes to live, and it will just decimate it. It will also go into your lungs when you breathe it in and decimate any nasties in there. Gone. Charlie Victor gone. It'll knock that shit out within a day or two. Now, there's another alternate method. It's a little more volatile. 3% hydrogen peroxide to water mix in a nebulizer. That's not a whole lot of... You do not want to use a lot of hydrogen peroxide, guys. Maybe a drip or two in water in the nebulizer. And that will do the same thing. Knock it out, kill anything in your mucous membrane and lungs. And then you want to wait a day before you do that again. I'm no doctor. Do not put more than a tiny drip of hydrogen peroxide in the nebulizer to treat yourself. Period. Also, what else? Oh yeah, I mentioned it in my other videos. Canada Dry tonic water with Kiwan. Kiwan? K1. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but it is basically it is the malaria drug. And what you want to do is get zinc. You want to take 100% of your daily dose of zinc first. Wash it down with tonic water. But basically, you drink tonic water throughout the day, but you take the zinc right when you wake up in the morning. And what does that do? the Canada Dry tonic water with the malaria drug. It says right on the bottle, it has it in there. You drink that and it forces the zinc into all the cells of your body, and it will then block and zap any nasties in there. Now, you only want to do this, well, I'm going to say every couple of days. But if you have Charlie Victor, I'd be putting back the zinc and drinking the tonic water every day. But like I said, zinc in the morning, 100% daily value is what you want to look for, which is probably close to 30 grams of zinc. I'm not sure if it's in grams or micrograms, but you just look for the 100% daily value or Google it. And then just drink that tonic water, guys. That's going to help you out. Now, what else? That's pretty much it. I showed a video, essential oils you can run throughout the house. You know, go watch that video. It's in my prepping playlist. Also, just avoid everybody like the news is saying. Basically, that is the only good thing that's come out of that. Now that we're going into a new month, this is when things are starting to get a little hairy. And what do I mean by that? Well, bills are coming, right, for everybody. And most people do not have a savings account, which scares the hell out of me, because that means they're retarded and can't afford to live without paycheck to paycheck. That scares the hell out of me, because then those people turn to crime to provide for their family at all costs, which then in turn infects you and your friends and family. So be prepared, guys. At the end of every month, bills come due, stress levels go up, and these people are going to come knocking for whatever they can get or whatever they can steal to make money to then pay their bills. Now, the governments are putting in all these plans to, give money out, but guess what? Too little, too late. That's not going to come into effect for like another not next month, but the month after that. So they bought themselves a month or two at the most. But some people are so far behind on credit card debt and so on and so forth that things will get so desperate that we're just going to see the start of everything. Now, I will be out of work for, it sounds like, the rest of the year until this nonsense is over. So, if you guys do have any money and like my information and want to help me out with the Off-Grid Tiny House, now is definitely the time, because I have no income other than YouTube and Patreon. Which means I basically make $50 a month. Total, combined, everything. Which is sad. So anyway, at least I have a savings account, and I got that rooting for me. Now my Patreon money is actually dedicated to savings for another lithium battery, so I can't really count the Patreon, but as soon as I have enough, which would be, I believe it is $1,200 and a little bit of change, then I can order that next lithium battery. Then that frees up all my Patreon money for a new project to invest in. But for now, that is the plan at this moment. Now, my dad's doing well. You guys know he is he's in remission from cancer, so he's high risk, just like my mom. They both have issues. Health issues. I do not have health issues, other than my doctor says I need to lose a couple pounds, right? You guys know that. You don't need to be a doctor to see that. But yeah, that is going to happen quite easily since we're living off of survival food and, you know, our stockpile at home. Not an issue. Plus, we're keeping busy with projects. So anyways, I hope everybody out there, all my followers, subscribers, I hope all you guys are staying safe. You're playing it smart. You're watching videos like this. And to stay informed and to prepare yourselves. Now, I'm going to put this video out today live. And I want to ask you guys out there, do you guys want me to do live streams? Obviously, I can't do them from here because I haven't hit my goal on Patreon to do that yet. But I can do it at my parents' place. And if so, what do you want me to talk? What do you want me to cover? And yeah, just let me know in the comments. And I also, no one has gotten back to me on the tiny house layout yet to help me out with the layout plan. So, they don't care, or they're too busy dealing with their corona stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not too worried about it at this point because there's a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, so to recap, guys, Canada Dry Tonic Water and zinc you should have. Colloidal silver you should have. And a nebulizer you should order immediately. Now, what else? I think I covered mostly everything. Yeah. So, hopefully you guys are staying safe. Like I said, it's going to get worse. It's going to get rougher. Not everybody stockpiled food. Not everybody went out in the crowds and fought the crowds to stockpile food. Which means a lot of people are going to be running dry on food and are probably already rationing their food. So things are going to get rough. Like I said, bills are coming due. It's a new month coming, and new surprises await us all. Now, my only thing is, I want to know what their government is going to do with China. Because it's obvious they let this thing loose, and it affected not only the United States, but the world. It killed a whole ton of people. And I want to see, personally, China take a fall for this. I would like their communist government to disappear and a democratic government put in to replace that crap. Because that is horrendous. And oh, and thumbs up to Saudi Arabia and Russia for the low gas prices. Keep the fight on for the rest of my life, boys and girls. Keep the fight going, because I want to drive cheap, and we're going to get there. We're at 68 cents a liter here in Canada, which would be like, I'm not quite sure. It's 3 liters in a gallon. So that would be close to like, I don't know, a little over $2 a gallon or something in US currency. In America land. America! F yeah! Oh yeah! But yeah. So, and I gotta cover this. This is good. So, oh man, if you guys don't know what the Democrats are doing during this, I'm gonna explain a little bit to you. So the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, all these states that have now, wait a minute, let me stop. All the states that have the huge outbreaks are democratically controlled states. Go figure. They do shit jobs. Now, to try to make the president look bad because, why? Because they don't like him is the reason. They held back and hoarded ventilators and also masks and gloves and medical supplies from hospitals to make a controlled shortage, and then they could bash the president on the news saying they don't have anything. Cuomo, the dink in New York, was caught hoarding ventilators while how many people died over that week or that month just to spite the president. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I would like to see that dude basically put behind bars for life, no chance of bail. And anybody else that's a Democrat doing shit like that, purposely hoarding stuff like they did in, where was it? That island country that you guys own in the States. I forget the name of it. That got hit by the hurricane, and they've just found recently, a couple months back, that, oh, here's all the supplies, but they were complaining that the government didn't send any supplies. The goddamn Democratic-run government over there had it in a warehouse, sitting, rotting, instead of handing it out to the public. Because, why? Because they don't like the president. So they actually let people die because they're trying to make the president look bad. So if you guys are a Democrat and support Democrats, I'm going to give you this. Because you're fucking morons. And if you think that's a good idea, to let people die to spite a president because you don't like somebody, then I don't like you if you think that way. These people are sick and gotta go. Pelosi, Clintons, Cuomo's, anybody who's a Democrat, I hope you get corona and die. Probably not a good thing to say, but if you're doing actions like that and trying to spite somebody in a crisis to try to win an election that you guys have obviously already lost many months ago, is sick. And anybody who continues to support the Democratic Party, you guys can go, you know what? Fucking idiots. So anyways, yeah, that is wonderful. And then the mainstream media always smearing Trump, always doing a bad job. He's actually doing a great job. Just imagine if Hillary Clinton was in power and this shit kicked off. Holy shit, guys. Talk about fear. You guys would be shitting your diaper. It'd be already martial law and you guys be in a FEMA camp. Period. That's just the way it would go. She would have confiscated bank accounts. She would have put your ass in a FEMA camp. This shit would have been gone. Now, the funny thing is, I mentioned this early in another one of my videos. I said, you know, if they do push Trump to martial law for him to order it, which I highly doubt he won't, but if they do, the Democrats are dumber than I think, because that gives the president basically dictatorship powers. And all these Democrats whining and trying to screw him can disappear overnight like that by his orders. Just saying, guys. So think about what you're saying next time. Do a little research, because we got too many dumbasses in this country and in the U.S. And man, oh man, thank God we have like a Trump-like guy over here called Doug Ford, and he's actually doing a decent job. I like that dude. Trudeau, ha! What a joke. What a freaking joke. But Doug Ford, I can stand behind that dude. He's all right. Now, I don't know, guys. That's my rant, but I want to get it out there because sickening. When a crisis, guys, you come together as a country. You don't start bickering at the president over all this piddly shit just because you're losing so bad in an election. And the reason you're losing so bad is because you're morons. Why did Clinton not get elected? Because she was a moron. She... literally, she was falling over, gagging, and this was before Charlie Victor. Now, and she's all tied in with Jeffrey Epstein and all that shit as well. And man, those people need to hang. And actually, they need to. If you guys ever seen the movie Hostel, I like the original better than the second. But, whew, those people need to be put in a place like that, and the public should just go to town on those people, because man, oh man, they deserve it. If anybody deserves to be tortured like that, it's the Democrats, because boy, oh boy, they pull some rotten, nasty shit. Oh, I forgot Schumer and all those dinks as well. They need to go. Term limits, folks. We need term limits so badly that it's unreal. I'd be like to 10 years at the max term limit. Or less, even 5 years. That way we can flip these people, get these people the hell out of the goddamn government, because they do nothing and just suck off the money of the people for their projects. So, this is kicking out some nice heat now. So I think I covered everything, guys. I'm going to put this video up live tonight. So if you guys want live streams, if you want to comment on what I said, do it down below. If you guys want to help me out on Patreon, the link is in the description below of this video. And boy, oh boy, guys. Yeah. Hang in there. It's going to be a wild year. If you got to ration your food, ration your food. We don't know how long this is going to go. My guesstimate is a year. Minimum. Could be longer. And stay indoors as much as you can. There's a thing called backyards, guys. Try to use them. As long as your neighbors aren't in their backyard and peeking over the fence trying to talk to you. Put a garden in this year. Do some projects in the backyard. Fix up your place with what you have on hand. You know, I basically built a wood stove at home with my dad that I'm going to be bringing over here sometime to the tiny house. But I got to get a warmer day before I can apply the high temp paint and all that stuff to it. But anyways, I'm going to put this video out today. Also want to mention, my vacation videos are coming to an end very shortly. So I know, some of you are saying, thank God that's over with. We'll be getting back to our regular scheduled tiny house programming. And hopefully you guys are back eager to watch again. And I got a lot of cool stuff coming up. And if you're a Patreon member, or become a Patreon member, you got literally hours and hours and hours of content waiting for you from my channel. Months and months and months of content ready for you to rip immediately if you start at $1 a month. Now I gotta mention this to everybody out there. If you become a Patreon member, I will credit you in my future videos. Like at the end of my videos, there's a credit of all my supporters. As long as you stay a subscriber, you'll be credited. Now, I'm about a month or so ahead in videos at the moment. So if you become a Patreon member, you won't see your credit in my future videos for a month or two. So that means you gotta stay a Patreon member for at least 3 months before you guys see your credit. But in the meantime, you have access to all my awesome stuff exclusive on Patreon. Hours and hours and hours of content that you can binge watch, like Netflix. No, ad-free, by the way. And just so you guys know. So I wanted to get that out there. And I hope you guys are praying. I hope you guys are staying safe, like I said. And try to take some of my information. Nebulizer, colloidal silver, zinc, Canada Dry Tonic Water. Hopefully you guys can get your hands on that stuff. Protect yourself. And when my nebulizer comes in, I will be shooting a video of how to use it and how it works. So stay tuned for that. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House checking out. You guys stay safe out there.